tutorials, I've showed you how to move a dart from one location to another, how to also fix a gaping armhole by converting the excess fabric into a dart. In one of my tutorials, I also showed you how I drafted the back bodice, adding a dart to the shoulder of the back bodice. The plan was that I am moving the armhole that I have on my front bodice to the shoulder in order to convert it into a princess dart. The back pattern I have does not have a shoulder dart, so I need a dart at the shoulder area so that I'll be able to convert the waist dart and the shoulder dart into a princess dart. So that was why I needed a back bodice with a shoulder dart. So in one of my tutorials, I showed you how I drafted this pattern by adding a dart to the shoulder. I would like to show you another method that you can use to add a dart to your back bodice using the method we call the slash and the spread method. So in this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to add a dart to your back bodice at the shoulder area using the slash and spread method. This is my back pattern. I have this extra pattern because I don't want to mess with my original pattern, so I duplicated my pattern. So in order to do that, you will measure 3 inches from your shoulder at neckline, 3 inches, and connect with a straight line. Now I want my dart to be at the center of my shoulder. This is about 2.5 inches. So I'll be putting my dart somewhere around here. This is my bust apex. I'll connect the line to my bust apex because that's my pivot point. To slash my pattern, what I'll need to do is I would cut two but not through the end of the armhole here, and also cut two but not through the center back here. And I will cut here as well using this as my pivot point, but I won't cut through this place as well. I'll show you what I mean. I'll leave a little hinge of paper here. Also for this part, I want to cut. If you have a tracing wheel, you can just use it to cut your pattern across. But this is a serrated tracing wheel. It's not going to cut it like that. So what I'll do is use my scissors to start a cutting point on the line. Okay. It's not wide enough. So I'm cutting two, but not through. I'm not cutting through. I'm leaving a little hinge of paper here and extending it to the other side of the pattern. Cut through but not through as well. So the idea is the more you open this here, the more that you have here. The more opening you have here, the more that you have here. So this is basically what you're going to do. You are going to fill up this pattern underneath. We want just a tiny bit of that here. So what I'm opening here is not going to be much. So I'll need a tiny strip of paper underneath my pattern. I'll measure that opening. This is about 1/2 inch. I like it I'm satisfied with 1/2 inch. So once I'm satisfied with what I have here, I'll just tape it down exactly like I did for the front shoulder dart. If you'd like to see that video, I'll drop the link so you can watch it. So I'm opening this part to have a little dart at the shoulder. I'll measure it. I have about 1/2 inch dart opening here. Now I'll tape it down. So this is my dart. Now I have a dart on my back shoulder. As for the armhole, if there's a shift on the armhole, there's likely not going to be any visible shift on the armhole because we didn't cut through. That's the reason why we did not cut through. We don't want the armhole to be affected, and we don't want the center back line to be affected. But if there's any issue, just blend your armhole like this. Now the next thing I'll do is to true my dart. If you watch the tutorial where I moved my dart from the armhole to the shoulder on the front pattern, I showed you how to true a dart. If you'd like to see that, watch the video, I'll drop the link. So I want to fold my dart towards the side seam. I'll fold it like so, the end of one dart leg to the end of the other dart leg. And fold like this. Once I've done that, I'll just go ahead and cut. Now this is my dart job. So when I stitch my dart and fold it towards the side, I'm going to have something like this. I can easily connect my waist dart and my shoulder dart into a princess armhole. Just gonna cut this part out. So for this part where I've blended, I'll just cut it. So that's it for today's tutorial. In my next video, I'll show you how to make a princess armhole that runs into the shoulder. I mean a princess line that starts from here and goes to the waistline on a front body and a back body. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.